Hey, 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 welcome, welcome. It's Fridays Live and it's January 2025. Wow, we made it, y'all. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Welcome to everyone that's here, whether you're speaking in the chat or just listening. DL, welcome. Tracy, Lola, Happy New Year to all of you and all of you watching. Yeah, we made it. We made it. So, back at it, chop chop. We're already day three. How is everybody going with their goals? I've already lumped up with one of my goals. My reading every day has gone to pot. So I have not read yesterday and I didn't read on the first. I only started reading today. Clearly I needed a break, but I got a lot going on. I had to do some other stuff. So film some videos, do some recording, editing, and that took up a lot of my time. So I am back to reading. Welcome, Pam Pam. Welcome. Happy New Year. So glad to see you back. Tatiana. Wait, let's see. She get out of bed. Oh, yeah, maybe she get out of bed, girl. Come on now. Welcome, Aaron. Hello. Hello, Simply Soph. And hello, Curtis. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. What are y'all reading? All right, I got my tea. That's all. I was a little bit late. I was trying to get my tea. So what am I reading? I'm still dragging this Paul Lawrence Dunbar. I dragged this from last year all the way into this year, and I'm about halfway through. So this, and I am reading Cane River for the read along that lady is doing, and she has it over on the Storygraph. So this will be my third attempt of reading this book because the first two did not go well. I'm hoping that this read along situation will kind of urge me along. So I'm reading that. And I'm reading Belle Amie by Guy de Maupassant. I'm reading this with Anna. And I'm listening to audiobook. Let's see if I can pull it up for you. It's called How to Kill Your Family by Bella Mackey. That's what I'm listening to right now. You see, I'm on chapter 6. I'm reading this for my Normandy book club. All right, so that's it. I'm reading a lot of stuff. I'm starting the year, eclectic with a lot of things going on, but it don't happen. I'm sure I will finish. Probably the Bella Mackey one I will finish this weekend, and I'll get close to finishing hopefully Paul Lawrence Dunbar. So where y'all at? Let's see. Hello, Alicia. How are you? Welcome. Happy New Year. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy New Year to you too, Rosa. Welcome. Tracy said, my first for the year is Scenes from My Life, a memoir by Michael K. Williams, and I'm about to start Past Love by Tricia R. Thomas. Yeah, I really did like What Passes Is Love. That was a good one. Tatiana said, I'm audited by Naomi Novik, I think it is, audio. Masquerade, well, I heard a lot about this. I see it everywhere. By O.O. Sangoyomi in print, okay? And we'll start 54 miles when I finish Masquerade. Well, then you got it going on. Okay, Pam is reading the fourth book in the Cazalet Chronicles by Elizabeth Jane Howard. Okay. Also reading a winter book by Tove Jansson. I think it's how it's pronounced. Is it Jansson? I think it is. Going to order a copy of Bill. Oh, okay. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, and Paula, hello, how are you? Happy New Year. And Paula is reading All Fours by Miranda July. Very nice. Okay. Rosa said she's reading 54 Miles by Leonard Pitts Jr. Very nice. Pam said she enjoyed Uprooted. She's saying this to Tatiana. Alicia is reading Isaac Song. Yeah, everybody gonna be on that. That's gonna be the given book for sure at the beginning of this year. By Daniel Black. Uh, Simply wait, it jumped again. Simply Soph says currently reading Such a Fun Time as this COVID 19 and Cane River. Okay. Sharon says, am trying to finish Les Mis. Girl, you got this. You gonna finish Les Mis. You got this. And Barracoon by Zora. Okay. And Curtis says he's currently reading G-Man, J. Edgar Hoover, and The Making of the American Century by Beverly Cage and Cane River. So a lot of people jumping on the Cane River bag, and that's good. Hey, Alicia Birdie is say she's reading Mistletoe and Jason Ranch by Anna Grace. Okay, it's a romance. That's why I don't know this. She's also reading and planning to start today Cane River. Okay, another person on the Cane River bandwagon, as well as a reread of Emma. Oh, girl, good luck with Emma. Emma needs to mind her business. It was annoying as hell. Oh my God, doing that book to me. Jesus. My New Year's Eve was quiet. I mean, we had a meal, we drink a lot of wine and some champagne. We ate a simple, good meal, and we toasted midnight and went to bed because we was tired. We didn't do anything special. We just wanted quiet, and and that's what we got. There was a little bit of fireworks going on in the background, but we were good. Okay, so Tatiana said, I'm surprised how much I'm enjoying it. Reading Spinning Silver first, and we'll be checking out more books. Her retelling style is up my. Okay, well, that's good. Amalola says, first book I finished yesterday, Other People's Houses, I think it is, by Abby Waxman. Okay. What's that about? Light middle America, Desperate Housewife. Oh, okay. All right. Desperate Housewife. Okay. Have Dr. No by Percival Everett, and Martyr by Kaveh Akbar. Okay. Yeah, you got a lot going on too. Tatiana said, yeah, I gotta get Isaac's song. Pam said to Tatiana, she wrote a fantasy series set during the Napoleonic Wars that she really wants to read. Okay, that's interesting. Hey, DL, how are you? DL is starting Angela Henry Family Lies. It's an arc from NetGalley. Okay. Psychological suspense. Ooh, that sounds intriguing. Also got Westmoreland series, audio arcs from Brenda Jackson, and ebook arc of Good Dirt by Sherman Wilkerson. Well, I'm gonna wait to hear what y'all got to say about Good Dirt. It sounds good, but I ain't running for that one really. I remember Black Cake when it came out. I thought that was gonna be good too, and it was not. So I'm gonna wait to hear what y'all got to say about it, because yeah, we gonna see. Hey Nicole, how are you? How are you? Happy New Year. How are you feeling? Okay, DL said gonna read G-Man someday. Okay. Bertie said Emma is it's your favorite. I'm not surprised because she's annoying. It's an annoying character. Tracy says she has Cane River and she's thinking, girl, don't think, just get the book out and start reading. Just do it. And then if you're over, like if you guys are on the Storygraph, you can go over there and join her read along on Storygraph, and that way you can comment as you go along. And I think she's going to be doing video every week. If that's what I understood her saying in her video, that she's gonna do a video, because the book is 3 parts, so I think she's gonna do part one after 10 days or something like that. She'll do a video and you can, make comments under the video or something to that effect. Let's see. Oh, Tatiana says, say less. I hope my library has audio. She may be my audiobook author of 2025. Okay. Bertie said, did the same. I think, she was in bed by like 12:30 at latest. Yeah. It's just like, I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to see anybody. I didn't want to do anything. I just, yeah. Hey Raymond, happy 2025. How are you? And what are you reading? Let's see. He's reading The Life of Herod the Great. Life of Herod the Great by Daniel Hurston. Yeah. Nicole said, is other people's houses about the 2008 Great Recession? Yeah, I don't know. She putting it out there, y'all. Curtis said to DL, just be prepared because G-Man is quite a lengthy book. It is probably going to take me most of the month to read, but I do like how they split up the chapters of the book. Okay. Amalola said to Nicole, very far from it, literally could be an episode of Desperate Housewives, the middle or Modern Family. Enjoyed for what is what it was to start off the year on a chill note. Okay. Tatiana says, okay, going to get out of this bed. Girl, get out of the bed. Wash this hair. Yeah, okay. DL Raymond said DL and I are gonna buddy read Gina. Okay, cool. Bertie said was looking at audiobooks for Cane River, and there's only an abridged audiobook available for Cane River, but the full unabridged version of I think the sequel's Red River. That is so weird. Why do an abridged version of an audiobook? That is weird to me. Very strange. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she has it on Storygraph. If you're on Storygraph, you can write your comment on Storygraph. But she's going to be doing videos where you can comment under her video for the week that she's talking about. So week one, she's going to be talking about, I think it's Suzette is the first one. So when she gives her video, you can go to the video and you can comment under the video. She did a video explaining it not so long ago. If you didn't watch it, I suggest you go and watch it. Yeah, I don't get it. Why would you abridge an audiobook? That is so strange to me. It's not that long, no. Let's see. The book I have is 418 pages. And I have this hardcover version. So I'm not sure why they would be abridging it either. It's not something that I think would be abridged. Nicole said, don't jump me, but I'm struggling through The Last Thing You Surrender. World War II is not my fave period. Girl, what? Okay, the only place where you could be struggling is towards the end when it takes place a lot abroad when they're at war. But the beginning, the first like 60% of the book, I would even say 70%, you can't be struggling. You can only be struggling at like the parts where they're at war, because that's the part that is the most difficult. So go back to it, Nicole. You're gonna be all right, girl. You're gonna be all right. Yes, everybody subscribe to Freeform Lady. If you're not subscribed to Freeform Lady, come on now. She's doing this read along, which we need to get on with on now. Oh my God! See, I told you. Tatiana said, "Working to forgive you." Amanda said, "Consider yourself jumped." Oh my God. Tracy said, looking forward to 54 miles. I am as well. Mm, I'll be reading that the second week of the month. So here we are. We already everybody's already chugging away, getting books done and finished and all of that. We got big stacks that we're reading already. So let's just rewind a bit. Let's talk about some highlight. Like, what are your top three books that you read last year? Top three. I'm trying to think of my top three. Mm. You can either give top or top one book last year that you would recommend that people read. You're like, that one right there. I would scream it on a rooftop. You need to read this book. Which one would it be? One book that you read last year. Chris said, believe the lady is doing a live discussion. No, she's not doing a live. She said that in her video that she wasn't going to do a live. She was just doing a video on the channel, not doing a live. Um, she said that she was not comfortable doing lives. That she would video her channel after each part. I don't know if that's first week, second week, or what. She wasn't very clear about that part. Um, okay, then if you said she's doing it Saturday at PM Central, Saturday, when Saturday? Saturday, this Saturday? Next Saturday? I don't know. Um, yeah, of course, the times with George at war is killing, but normal. I mean, I feel like if it wasn't killing you, there's a problem. There's a problem with you if it's not killing you. It's supposed to kill you. It's supposed to make you understand the 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 gravity of that war and the effects of its later effects when as they when these men are going to come home. It's normal that it's not fun to read war. It's not comfortable. It's You're going to be uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie about that, but it's still a really good book. It's still not, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. I think he's done it to the right level where as we can read it, we'll be clenching, like this because, it's tough to read. But in the end, I think he does the right thing, which is he pays a brilliant homage to the men that go to war and what they go through, and is very he's very honest and open about what was happening over there as much as he could, and that is part of the realism of the book, so you can't avoid it. You can't avoid it. Let's see. So Sharon said hers was Black AF history. I have that on my TBR for this year. So yeah, I've heard a lot of people recommend Black AF. They say fantastic. Hey Val, how are you? Her top book last year was Against the Loveless World. Okay. By Suzanne Olau. I have that book and I have not read it yet. Might have to push that one up since you say it's really good. I'm a little I'm gonna have to agree with her on that one. It's the same one that I was gonna put forward as Covenant of Water. It's an excellent book. I mean, I still think about Bigamachi. Today, I still think about Bigamachi. Pam Pam said A Terrible Kindness by Joe Rowe. Okay. I don't know that. Is that literary fiction or is it something else? Nick said Invisible Man, Ralph Ellison. That's another really good, powerful book. I'm a little said to Val Against the Loveless World 2 years ago and still think about it. Oh yeah, okay, so very powerful book. Let's see. Tracy said yes, the war part's really hard, but the book is excellent. Yeah. Amalola said Covenant of Water, Go Tell It on the Mountain, A Fine Balance. Top three. Okay, very good. I think also I would have to add to one of my top ones would have to be Another Country because that's a really it's a really good LGBTQ book from Baldwin. That yeah, it's a must read that one. Um, yeah, because everybody's doing their top books at the moment, and it's funny because there are years where it seems like there are always similar books on everyone's list, and it looks like this year the lists are really different, and I really appreciate that. Now there is one common denominator that I'm seeing is that all the people who read James last year, they had it on their list as top book of the year is James. So yeah, so that's an interesting, thing to notice. Okay, so Amalola said she needs to get to Invisible Man this year. Pam said a terrible kindness is literary fiction. Okay. It kicks off with the Aberfan disaster in Wales. Okay. Which is dealt with so sensitively, and no, and you follow a young undertaker going to hell. You didn't get his backstory. Okay, all right. So it's literary fiction, but it's also historical fiction at the same time. So yeah, that's really good. Okay, has anybody else got their top books that's still hanging around? Because yeah, I noticed that James was one of the ones that just kept popping up. I was like, ooh, everybody like James. I still have to read it. That's probably going to be what I read in February. I'll probably read James in February for Black History Month. But um, yeah, a lot of the list contains people reading new books. Um, Not so many lists with backlist books. Some, not as many. Wait. Amala said reading James next month and living for the moment. I'll be in the same room with Percival Everett in March. You're so lucky. Lucky you. We'll be reading James at the same time. Tracy said she's reading James in March because it's her local book club's pick. Very nice. Pam said also reading Dark Matter by Michelle. Is it Paver or Pover? Paver. If you want to be creeped out. No, I don't want to be creeped out. I want to be creeped out. Nicole said House of Stone. Yeah, that's a good book. A Spell of Good Things. We're on your top. Okay. A Spell of Good Things and House of Stone. Yeah, House of Stone. That book is fire. Kay Simmons said, hello, happy new year. How are you? Remember to hydrate. Okay. Check the laundry. Okay. Show some love to the like button. Thank you. All right, nice. Thank you so much. Val said, second fave was a backlist before my actual heart breaks. Oh, I don't know that one. By Tish Delaney. It's an Irish novel. Okay. I'm gonna write that one down because I ain't mad at a good Irish novel. Now, where is my notepad? I'm gonna have to write it on my phone. I don't have my notepad next to me. Wait, let's see. Okay, let's see. What's it called? Before my actual heart breaks. Wow, the title. And the author's name is Tish Delaney. Okay. Okay, noted. Rosa said Razor Blade Tears. Read until you understand the profound wisdom of Black life and literature by Farah Jasmine Griffin. Oh, I love that title. And the Sting. Yes, I remember you talked about that one a lot. Curtis says favorite book of the year was The Last Thing You Surrender. Leonard Pitts Jr. Excellent book. Also love The Nickel Boys. Another good one that I think is great, but get your mind right. And King. Agreed. That's another really good book too. Melissa said read good last year. I also gave Bedrock Faith. Yes, Bedrock Faith. And the Bastard is yes, Bastard is on. Those are both books that I really enjoyed. One Nicole says wants to read House of Stone again, but can't. Well, it might be a little. You'll probably read it again, maybe in a few years. Tracy said, I'm reading Swimming in Cotton by Lawrence Duran Thomas. I don't know that one. It's your local book club pick. Is it fiction or nonfiction? Swimming in Cotton. Nicole says, I want to understand again and then excited to read Juneteenth. Yay. Okay, so Amola, The Story of a New Name by Elena Ferrante. Yes, that's such a good quartet. My goodness, that quartet. So good, that quartet. Yes, we're reading Juneteenth for Read to Lit Book Club on Patreon. Rosa said, also got to add Here I Stand by Paul Robeson. Okay, excellent. Pam Pam said, just bought the new Alif Shafak in Waterstone sale. Yeah, I bought it last year, so I have that one geared up for sure. But I think I might read that in spring. Tracy said she thinks her top three of 2024 were Bits and Pieces by Whoopi Goldberg. Two is The Black Joy Project by Cleaver Cruz. And three is A Cup of Water by Abraham Head. Sounds really good. I really did enjoy Bits and Pieces as well. I thought it was good. It's particularly the audiobook. If you're going to read Bits and Pieces, skip the book, just get the audio because audio is read, or should I say, it just feels like she's speaking to, it doesn't feel like she's reading anything. And that's what makes it really interesting. It's really special, the audiobook, because you can literally be doing something else like knitting or sewing or cleaning or whatever you're doing while you're listening to Bits and Pieces. Just really done super well. Highly recommend it. So I guess I didn't see as many people put Covenant of Water on their list this year. So I'm assuming a lot of people read Covenant of Water the year before when it came out. At least I think, I'm not sure. But I think that's why it is that way, because it was a lot of people that had, like I said, James was on their list for sure. And who was the other one? There's another one I kept seeing on that list. Can't remember what it is right now. I can't think of what it is. Another one that kept popping up on people's lists that I saw. Although I haven't really gotten through as many lists as I would like because there're just so damn many of them. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Rosa said Neapolitan Quartet is definitely on my reread list, but not yet. I'm the same. I mean, it's still really fresh because it was only what was it 3 years ago that I read the quartet? Yeah, I think it was 3 years ago. I read it with Jacqueline, and we both we just loved it. So, I will definitely reread that one because it's just so worth it. If you're in here and you have not read the quartet, the Neapolitan Quartet by Elena Ferrante, get your life and go out and get that quartet and read it. So good. Really, really good. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Tracy said it's historical fiction. Okay. I haven't heard of this one before, Swimming in Cotton. I have to look it up. Melissa, final 5 stars. The Dearest Child, Love Songs, WB Du Bois, and reread Perfect Peace. Oh, you reread Perfect Peace for the third time. Well, now is a perfect book in my opinion, and you are correct. I believe it's the same. I say the same. It's a perfect book. But I have not read it a second time. Girl, you did the thing. You read it three times. Okay. I still haven't read W. E. Du Bois either. Love songs. I need love songs. Oh yeah, you meant The Darkest Child. So sorry. Yeah, The Darkest Child. I have to read that one too. Tracy said The Darkest Child is the perfectly written epitome of trauma. It's excellent. Yeah. Well, yeah, I heard enough of y'all talking about that trauma that was happening in that book. I was like, well, damn. My. The trauma is great in that book. Um, yeah, she's probably one of the worst mothers in history, from what it sounds like. She really sounds like it. And just think, the author was working on a second part to that book, but she died before she could finish it. So yeah, no part two for The Darkest Child. Uh, okay, Amalola said to Rosa, there is a beautiful familial relationship in the book that made her adore it. Are you talking about which book are you talking about? Nicole said she thinks The Darkest Child and The Bluest Eye are still books going to stay away from. Well, I feel like, yeah, I mean, if, there's some subject matter that it's really triggering for people, and so they should stay away from those books, because they have high degrees of trauma in them. I mean, The Bluest Eye is probably the book that I like the way Toni Morrison wrote it the best of all of her other books, but it is a high trauma book. So it's not going to be for everyone. And The Darkest Child, I haven't read it, but I heard enough about from those reactions to the trauma reading it, how bad it really is. But this as well is another book that people shouldn't be going into if they're heavily affected by trauma, for sure. This being said, books are still like The Bluest Eye is still an excellent book. And I'm sure The Darkest Child is also an excellent book, even though steeped in a lot of trauma. Um, Pam said, yeah, I refuse to read anything that has stalking as a main storyline, no matter how amazing people tell me it is. Yeah, I mean, this is it. You got to know where you draw your limits. That's why sometimes it's not a bad idea to know some of these things, or to at least be forewarned, by at least saying there is some trauma in here. So if you are, have difficulty with that, then maybe you want to stay away from that kind of thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with people saying it. I never used to say it before when I started doing booktube. I never really thought about doing trigger warning. It's only just been recently that I have been more, I guess you could say, more comfortable to give a trigger warning. Like I know that Rosa doesn't like anything having to do with birthing scenes and stuff like that. So if I, like, when I read what's her name's book, the one, Emma Donahue, who wrote, what's it called, The Something of Our Stars. It's like a one of her last books, and it's about a women's clinic, being run by a woman. Well, the woman is hired to work there after the fact. There's two male doctors there. And when she starts to work there, things change for the better for the women. And I know she doesn't like, scenes with women having babies and stuff. So I'm like, ooh, you better, this one ain't gonna work for you, because there is, birthing in it. So yeah, it's the same Emma Donahue who wrote Room. Oh no, I liked her last one was really good. with the female doctor in the women's clinic that had like hardly any resources going, and the men were just the male doctors were just dumb. I like that last one. I think it's called the pull of the stars or something like that. That one was good. I haven't read anything else by her, but I read the Pull of the Stars. That's the only other book I read by her. But Room, I thoroughly enjoyed Room. I thought it was done really well. So Rosa said, I think if the trauma is not too graphic, and the blue aside, the trauma is there, but not too graphic for me. Yeah, I know. But even, I mean, what one person thinks is not that graphic to another person, it's like they would live in a thing. So, that judgment is hard to make. Um, Amalola says Emma Donahue wrote Room and has never been able to read anything. Oh, you have never been able to read anything by her. So you only read Room and you didn't read anything else. Well, I just picked up was it The Pull of the Stars? That was a couple of years ago though. And I thought it was good. Yeah, it was good. You know. I wouldn't say it was a 4 star, I would say it's like a 3.5. But it was good. Oh, so Room is not for you either. Okay. It's not for you. That's fine. DL said, I have such issues with 32 Candles author. She been writing white books since her books didn't take off. Okay, now I love 32 Candles. I love that book. I think it's done really, really well. But then after that, she wrote another one, which was called, ooh, it was with, I don't remember the title, but it had like four best friends situation with their boyfriend issues. That one wasn't too bad either. I still preferred 32 Candles. And then afterwards, I didn't hear nothing else. And then it was somebody told me, it's somebody who reads romance. I don't remember who it was. I think it might have been Peter. She goes, oh, yeah, she writes romance. I was like, wait, what? I was really surprised. I had no idea. I did not know. So she's been writing white books and so I guess she's writing white romance, is what you're telling me, DL. Um, yeah, during the flu pandemic, yeah, 1917. I thought it was good. But there's a scene in there. Ooh, child, that delivery was hard. That was a hard delivery. Yowza. It made me squeamish when I was reading it though. Um, oh, she has another one out now. I have no idea. Uh, yeah, Room is it's very engrossing. She knows how to pull you in with that one, and there's so much happening in just one room. It's just really done really well. Rosa said, my thing with birthing scenes is not the trauma, but only because I did 27 years in labor. I know, girl. I'm done with birth. I got you, girl. That's why I'm like, this one ain't for you, Rosa. This big old scene in here where there's delivery, and you ain't gonna like it. I got you, Rosa. Amala said, I enjoyed Room, but was a bit touched by it. Okay. I hate stories where a woman has been held captive, abused because have seen those stories. Yeah, it hits close to home for sure. And for me, like she tapped into that in a very honest way, and the storyline, it is it feels authentic. It's authentic and it's a bit scary, but like you're engrossed. You start reading it and you can't put it down. Tracy said, I read this outrageous novella called Dear Vicky on December 20th. It's so disturbing about this wildly delusional stalker. Oh, Jesus. I keep asking myself, what the heck did I just read? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Amala said, what was the guy in Austria or where held his daughter for years? Yeah, I remember that in the basement. Yeah. Creepy. Yeah, Amlo says she can't do stories like that because those are like they really touch close to home because eventually, well, this is the reason why I don't read a lot of stuff like that because there are tons of stories like that in real life. You don't have to throw a stone very far before you hit one. So, and my imagination is overactive, and yeah, I don't do well with those kind of things. So I don't read them very frequently at all because I know that doesn't agree with me. Um, yeah, the Awesome Girl's Guide to Dating Extraordinary Men. That's it, Ernest T. Carter. I can't remember the name of the title, but you found me, DL. So I read that one. I wasn't mad at the Awesome Girl's Guide. I really wasn't. I thought it was, going there. But I don't think it's her story writing that was the problem. I think it was her marketing that was the problem. Like they published her book, but her book was not marketed properly. And this is the reason why it probably didn't sell as a book. Because I can tell you when I read that book, 32 Candles, I can't tell you how many times I've shouted out that book and people have gone out and bought it. So I feel like for her, it's the marketing, it's not her writing. She just gave up too fast. Gave up too fast. Hey, Billy, how are you? Happy Friday. Happy New Year. What are you reading? And what is your top book of 2024? Tracy said novellas aren't really my thing, but I read one. I don't really go for subject matter such as, yeah, is that, yeah. Nicole said, I like some crazy books, but if it feels too close to home, I just can't. Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's hard. DL said she writes as Theodora Taylor and her books go gangbusters. Wow, really? And then she says, I wish Black authors could get the same as that. Well, I find that the name is funny. It's a funny name. Theodora Taylor. It just, yeah, okay. Yeah, it the name for me. And so she's writing what, white romance? Is that what it is? Have I read the French novella Pigtails? That sounds familiar. Let me check that out. No, I don't think I've read it though. The title is familiar. Is that by that lady? What's her name? Marie. I can't think what her last name is. Mm, yeah, Dalusek. I have not read that book, Pigtails. But I think I might have gotten a copy of it, and we'll need to read it. I'll let you know. It's a short one though, if I remember correctly. She is. I think I think she's Canadian. No, she's French. She's French, but she's French from the Basque region, if I remember correctly. Um, no, I have not read that one yet. Val said I enjoyed The Wonder. Oh, The Wonder. Yeah, I haven't read The Wonder. Is that the one about the kid who's like a saint or something? I can't remember now. Let me see. The Wonder. Wonder, the Wonder. Come on, Goodreads, get it together. Okay, The Wonder. Yeah, I think this is on. Yeah, the 11-year-old girl has eaten nothing for months but appears to be thriving miraculously. Yeah, I don't know. The way that was described, it just was like, no, I wasn't really interested in the way it was described. Just so I was like, no. Yeah, I like them too, DL. So I still stand by the fact that I think it was the marketing was the issue. It wasn't that people didn't like her books, is that they couldn't find her books or that they didn't see her books. Um, but they're both really good books. Nicole said people don't realize how much marketing drive. Child, let me tell you, if they don't realize, they're crazy because I mean, you can see it even like from last year. You can see that there were some books they were already talking about for this year. So, for example, Shane, they were already talking about her book last year. So I'm not surprised because she's got that marketing wheel behind her. She did Black, which did really well. I don't understand it, but it did really well. So her second book, they were already talking about it last year, preparing everybody to be looking for it for this year. And of course, it's on all the lists. I mean, I had it on mine because I know that if I didn't have it on mine, like, how come you didn't put Charmaine on there? Well, I put Charmaine on there, but like I said, I'm gonna wait for y'all to tell me what it's gonna be like because I wasn't here for that cake. So I'm not expecting, her second one to be much better. But that marketing machine is a big deal. It's a big reason why some people never get noticed and why some people do get, and people get noticed and they don't really deserve to be noticed, but it doesn't really matter. That's not how marketing works. The person who does the best marketing can get the book out there, everybody to read the book. Those are the books that are going to sell, whether they're good or not. That's how it works. I think Anessa T. Carter should have stuck it out and maybe looked into getting some better marketing tips and try to do marketing on her own, and maybe she would have done better. But it's hard for authors to market themselves because it's not really necessarily in their nature to do that. Rosa said one thing about 2024 is I got into audiobooks thanks to Libby, and now I'm hooked. A good reader is everything. Yes, 32 Candles is in Nessa T. Carter. Okay, so Theodora writes white romance. I think that's really funny. It's so weird to me. Okay, girl, if she got to do what she got to do, but I ain't reading it. I mean, that's just me. Billy said her top of 2024 is Rooted. Okay. She's reading Wake Up America, Grown Women, Real, and Shirley Chisholm, champion of Black feminist power politics. Who you got a list, Billy. You got a list going. Nicole said, yes, it's an older book. Yeah, Pigtails, yeah. It's one long run-on sentence. Okay. I think it's a political allegory more than a story, but I loved and never heard anyone else discuss it. Yeah. Yeah, it probably is. She's a very interesting writer. Um, hey, a book doctor. Happy New Year. How are you? What are you reading and what is your top book of 2024? Okay, so Shay is reading Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. Tracy said, perfect example is Night Wherever. I know, right? Wherever you go is like such a good book. Oh my God. And it got no press whatsoever. They didn't I don't think they marketed it at all is the problem. Not even correctly. They didn't even do the marketing. Excellent book. It was a debut. Val said, currently reading The Personal Librarian. Yay. Oh, my recommendation, yes. But also, who was like staunch was Latrice. She was the one who was pushing it really hard. The Personal Librarian. But I have to admit, once I read it, I thought it was really done super well. And to think two women wrote that book together is extraordinary because you could not see where one started and the other one, ended and picked up from the other one. And I feel like that's fantastic. Let's see. Ernesta Theodore Slasher also seems to do way better as a self-published author than an agented trade pub author. Well, I'm not surprised by that either because I feel like once you've got like, so she's already taken like her own, like, her new name, and if she can get a few books out with her new name that she publishes and puts out on her own, she's automatically probably going to make a lot more money. Because it's already been established that the regular publishing route, does not pay the author like it should. So I'm thinking about somebody like, oh God, what is his name? Um, Dwayne Alexander Smith. I think of Alexander Smith, who wrote, what was that book he wrote? Um, when he wrote he wrote his first book, and it was published by, I think it was Simon and Schuster published it. But I don't think they paid him very well. So he did not publish with them again. And he came out with a second book, which he did on his own, which I don't even know if he had it come out in physical form. Because when he told me about it, I went to get it and I could only get it in ebook form. And that one was really good, but he was publishing it himself. So the only thing is you still get stuck into this idea of having to do the marketing on your own. So but maybe she got the right pointers, and the fact that she changed her name changed it and changed her, make it easier for her to do uh easier for her to do her marketing. And that's why she's doing the uh let's see. Rosa. DL said it's more about authors feeling like they can't make money writing black centered characters. The minute it gets hard, we run over to write books for white folks. Yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. It's this idea of, because I think in romance, it's extremely cut and dry between white romance books and black romance books. And like her books were more like 32 Candles and the Extraordinary Men book. I feel like they weren't really romance. I think they were more like geared towards, sort of like going towards chick lit or something like that. But yeah, it's like compromising your aptitudes, to make money. I mean, there's good things about it, and then there's bad things about it. You know, what she could do is still try to do both. You know, because once she does one, the other one might help her. With her previous writing. So yeah, I don't know. It's tough that. A book doctor. So Shay says her top for book for 2024. Her first time read is The Thing About Home, but it's really reads Tessa who. Oh, the fuck did I marry? Okay, all right, I see. Um, Shay said James, this could be us. We're next. Yeah, 4.5 stars. Yeah, well, James is killing it on the top reads list of a lot of readers. So yeah. 40 Acres. That's it. I was trying to think of the name of the book. I couldn't think of the name. Dwayne Alexander Smith's book, 40 Acres. Now, I feel like they purposely didn't do the marketing for 40 Acres because the book is about. Because the book is literally about black people snatching up white people off the street and imprisoning them on a plantation and making them work like slaves on a plantation. Uh, somewhere out, and I don't know where this big house is or whatever. So I feel like because of the subject matter, it would make them not want to do the marketing, because how you do the marketing for that without somebody getting, not wanting to read the book, because of what it's about. But then I thought, well, then why publish it? If you get behind the book that you're publishing, what's the point? It's almost like they do that so they can kill the book. I hate it. I hate it because I read 4 Acres. I thought it was really good, and I thought, damn, this would make a good movie. That movie hasn't been made yet, and I don't think it will be. No, who knows? Maybe Tyler Perry will take it on. I don't know. Um, Shay said, yeah, she linked that TikTok story as an audio file that we recorded as an audiobook since it was over 8 hours long. Oh, DL said all of his books are good. I know, right? Less popular, but good. Yeah, I think they're good too. The one he wrote with Pam Samuels Young is really fun. Oh yeah, I didn't read that one though. I didn't read that one, but I'm sure it's good too. Let's see. Nicole said to DL, I do hate that Black authors feel that way. It's kind of disturbing trend. But if she must write these books, I would hope she could use the money to fund a passion project. Yeah, and it look like that's happening. A book doctor. So she said there was no way I wasn't recording that. The closest, yeah, I thought 32 Candles was chick lit. Yeah, it felt like chick lit to me. And so it's her second book. It felt like chick lit as well. So I'm disappointed that, yeah, she didn't hang in there and try to figure out the marketing, because now she's here writing white romance, because she needs to, I guess, live from her, from writing. Shay said, oh, she's got an agent. Okay. Amala said, still think he was robbed of the Booker. Yeah, he was. Nicole said 40 Acres sounds it's an interesting book, to say the least. If you haven't read it, I recommend it. Not Tyler Perry. Well, who else gonna do it, Raymond? Ain't nobody in Hollywood doing no book about black people snatching white people off the street, making them be slaves on a plantation. Who you think is doing that in Hollywood? Nobody. Nobody. Tyler Perry could do it. He did the 6 888. He did a good job with the 6 888. He could do this. He could do 40 Acres. Why not? Let's see. Nicole said Tyler Perry needs to stay away from good books. Well, I'm gonna give the man a chance, because if he don't do it, ain't nobody in Hollywood doing that book. They're not doing 40 Acres. I'm just saying. Let's just be honest. They're not doing that movie. Tracy said Percival was absolutely robbed. Yeah, he was. They tried to make up for it by giving him the National Book Award. Well, didn't he get the National Book Award first? Yeah, Simsoft said, yeah, Tyler Perry's at 6 888 was excellent. Maybe he shouldn't be, I don't know, it cut off. Hey, Teresa, happy Friday, happy New Year. What is your top read of 2024, and what are you reading at the moment? Raymond said Quentin Tarantino would do it in a heart. We don't want no fucking Quentin Tarantino doing it. Get out of here with that. Nah. I'm good. Amala said to Tracy from the description of Orbital, the book are just some major BS. Excuse me. No, I think they were fucking asleep. They weren't on no BS. They was asleep. Yeah, Spike Lee could be good. He could do it. Now I don't know where he gets his funding from, but he can do it. Yeah, I would rather pass on Quentin Tarantino. Thank you. But yeah, I think Spike would be good. He could definitely do it. Look, ain't nobody doing like I feel like he redeemed himself a little bit with the 6 888. I thought he did a really good job with that one. So that tells me he can do stuff when he puts his mind to it. He can do stuff. He doesn't often do stuff well, but that one he did do well. So I'm a leave him some slack. Um, that's Quentin Tarantino that did Django Unchained. But I would rather Spike. I would rather Spike. Um, that's just we're not giving him any more credit than he deserves. I didn't say he deserved an Oscar, but it's a lot better than some of the other films he's been putting out. Yeah, that's the problem. We don't want it to be funny. It ain't a comedy, okay? That's the problem. That's why I said no Quentin Tarantino. He gonna be funny. It ain't funny. That's not how it is in the book. In the book, it ain't funny. Serious. But we need Spike. We need Spike to do it. But we need somebody who doesn't get money from Hollywood. Because Hollywood ain't doing that movie. I can tell you right now. No way are they doing that movie. So it is what it is. Now, if maybe if somebody said, "Hey, Spike, could you do this?" He might actually say yes. But he gonna have to get somebody else's money to do it because Hollywood ain't giving him no money to do that movie. It's completely unhinged. Hollywood ain't doing that. So somewhere on the independent track, he can get some independent money and do it. I think it would be great. But I mean, let's be honest. I don't think that movie will ever be made. That's a pipe dream. At this point, it's a pipe dream. It's never going to happen. Yeah, he could, but he can't have Hollywood money to do it. Because they don't want to. I mean, it's fine to offend the black folks, but you can't offend white folks. That's not going to happen. It is what it is. But if you haven't read the book, check it out. It's good. Um, but he hasn't written. I think the last one he wrote was one he co-wrote with Samantha. He hasn't written anything else since then. So hopefully he'll be putting something out in 2025. Something will come out from Dwayne Alexander Smith. He's a really good writer, and also because Dwayne Alexander Smith is somebody who writes screenplays. Um, that was like his first thing, and then he wrote 40 years. So yeah, wait, let's see. Okay, Nicole said she thinks wrote a short story that is in the same vein but revenge for lunch. I don't know because I've not read anything from Shay Youngblood. It was about the tour company giving the ultimate black experience. Oh Jesus. Okay, I'll have to look up that because I don't know that one. So that's interesting. That's interesting to know. Because has anyone read Black Girls in Paris? Oh, lynching. Yeah. Has anybody read Black Girls in Paris? Because I haven't read that one. I have not read that one. Wait, let's see. Pam Pam said film four in the UK often takes a chance on ideas like that, give independent filmmakers money to make them. Not sure it would make it overseas if they made it though. I know this is the thing. Okay, Nicole said she did like Black Girls in Paris. It was not what she expected. Okay. Well, I guess that's a good thing. Is that a good thing? What you're saying right there? I mean, I'm thinking it's a good thing. When you said it's not what you expected, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, I think also for 40 acres, it comes and goes. Because the first time when I started talking about it, when I read it was back in, I don't know, maybe 2000, 2016 or 15 or something like that. And so I talked about it a lot in that period. And then it died. Some people read it and just died down. But then it resurfaced again around 2021, 22, because I saw other booktubers talking about it. Like I remember seeing Rincey Reeds talking about it and other people talking about it. So it kind of resurfaced again and now it's died down again. So I think it's going to come back. Like some people will start talking about it again and resurface, and people will start talking about 40 acres. Hey Latrice, how are you? Welcome. Happy Friday. Happy New Year. What are you reading? And what is your top read of 2024? Oh, I think it'll resurface. I think 40 Acres is going to be that book. It's that book that people talk about and read, and but it's never going to be a mainstream kind of book. It's just never going to be that. Teresa said top reads for 2024: King, The Darkest Child, Curvy Girl Summer, The Women, This Could Be Us, James, Last Surrender. Girl, you got a lot of books on here. One Blood, What You Leave Behind, When Crack Was King. All that sounds excellent. All sounds excellent. It's all mixed up with the nonfiction and the fiction. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Well done. You had those are a lot of really good books. Just imagine somebody who only reads 10 books a year and is lucky enough to read all of those books. Wow. That's some excellent reading right there. Excellent reading. Okay, Dale said she enjoyed When Crack Was King. Nicole said, I think it's fine for a book to not be mainstream. Yeah, it's fine. As long as it gets the respect it deserves. Yeah. Well, it's not getting the respect it deserves because it's mainstream. So most people are never gonna read the book. Just like, I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. Um Which said currently reading Neighbors, okay, and Other Stories by Diane Oliver. How is that going? Because I see a lot of people showing that book, but I don't nobody talk about it. Top fave from 2024 is Skin and Bones by Renee Watson, and Only for the Week by Tasha Bishop is right behind that. Okay, great. Let me know about Neighbors and Other Stories. How is that going? Pam Pam says, I want to read much more nonfiction this year. Yeah, our nonfiction is great if you can get the good one. Okay, Latrice said, it's okay. It's a short story collection. What does that mean, Latrice? Are you like me? You don't really like short story collections? Is that what it is? Because you come in with your, it's okay, you know. Teresa says, Pam Pam, there are some really good ones out there. Okay. Yeah, there are some really good ones. Uh, I mean, there's tons. I don't read tons of nonfiction, but I feel like when I do, I read good ones. Um, the one I'm reading right now is good. It's just that I feel that the author just a bit too much. He's like too much overwriting things. But it's very interesting what I'm learning reading about Paul Lawrence Dunbar. Fascinating stuff. DL said, I don't like short story collections either. The thing is, short story collections always seem very mediocre to me. They always feel like it's a story that starts that has no fucking ending, and you know it has no ending right from the beginning. So you know you're going to get all the way out there. You're going to get invested with the character, and then the author is going to drop you in it by leaving you high and dry, and you don't know what to think. And I don't like that. Like, I don't like these stories that feel unfinished to me. Annoying. Uh, okay. Latrice said she reread The Lesson You Surrender as her last book of the year, and it was even better the second time. Yeah, I agree. I read it earlier in the year, and it was good for me too. Latrice said Holler Child is just my favorite short story collection. I think I have that one. Maybe I'll bump that one up. And you said Holler Child is your favorite short story collection of all time. So if y'all haven't read that one, get into it. Okay. I got that one on the shelf, so I might pull that one off. Bill said it's just not enough. Yeah, it's not enough for me either. And if there's more than one story, I am lost because I expect the story to continue. And it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's usually a similar theme, but it doesn't really connect. Now it does connect if it's the same friends or the same family or something like that. But as a whole, I just don't enjoy reading short stories. I just I really don't. I have to force myself to read them. But since I cleaned out my bookshelf, I have I think I found five on there. So I need to, kind of pull one of them off eventually every now and then and finish them and find out if I really, really like them or if I just hate them. I don't know. Nicole said, what it means when a man falls from the sky was the best short story. Yeah, a lot of people talk about that one. I don't own that one though. Um, Patrice said that's how I'm feeling right now, but they are decent. Okay, give it 3 stars at the moment. Okay. Teresa says that's why I love J. California Cooper because she wraps stories up. Yes, she does, and it's very her short stories are satisfying because you get something out of it. It's a little bit of laughter or a little bit of a moral or something. You get something out of J. California Cooper. I could read J. California Cooper stories, problem. But a lot of other people's, I'm just like, what am I reading? Okay, and so I don't care. That's how I feel at the end. And I feel super frustrated, because nothing has actually happened. Latrice said, also this is a yearly reminder for those who haven't read The Personal Librarian like Tatiana and to read that this year too. Haha. Well, somebody in here, I think it was Val, said she was reading The Personal Librarian. So, haha, there's somebody in here reading Personal Librarian, Latrice. Tatiana said, I stopped detangling to agree on what it means when a man falls from the sky. Okay, cool. Tracy said to Teresa, you can, it jumped again. Where am I? You can never go wrong with J. California Cooper. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Yes, yes. So I think it's Val who said she was reading it. Was reading Personal Librarian. And did you read the other one that they wrote together? What was it called? The one with Mary McLeod Bethune and Eleanor Roosevelt. Did you read that one, Latrice, as well? They said, okay, tagging on Latrice with my annual reminder to read love songs this year as well. Nicole said, life is most boring. Short stories provide brief glimpses into people's lives, and sometimes that's enough. Girl, it's not enough for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's not enough for me. I'm just like, huh? I'm just like that when I'm finished the story. It's not enough for me, girl. I'm gonna need you to come with more. Um, yes, the first ladies. Oh, you very much enjoyed it, so that's good to know as well. That's good to know. Mm. Um, I get it what you mean by the brief glimpses, Nicole, but I just no. I'm gonna need I'm gonna need authors to wrap that shit up so that it so that I know what to expect. Otherwise, I'm just like, huh? I don't care. It's yeah. So we're gonna see. I wrote in my journal that I would try to read 5 of them this year, but I said that last year and I don't think I read any. So here we have it. Bertie said I'll be getting to the personal librarian finally. Okay, there you go. That's another one with personal librarian. Teresa said she loved the first ladies too. Okay, very good. She said to Tatiana, the personal librarian better be on that TBR book. Oh my God. Y'all are killing me. Well, look, we're gonna do it like this. Tatiana's gonna read the personal librarian, and I'm gonna read the good house. Okay. I even wrote it in my journal, so this shit gotta happen. Gotta happen. I gotta read the good house. I'm probably gonna read it next month. Good house, I think. All right. So we are gonna wrap this up because we're already getting towards 7:30. This has been a pleasure. The beginning of the year seems to be, we're already into these big reading piles. We got a lot going on with the reading, and I feel like that's really good. We're not waiting any time. Some people have already finished their first book. Congratulations to you. That is not me. But let's, you know, read, try to read what we want to. And for God's sakes, if you're not enjoying the book, just DNF it. Just DNF the damn thing and move on to something else. Let's try to head off the past the reading slumps. Okay, just DNF it if it's not floating your boat and you don't like it. No one's gonna say anything. It's gonna be all right. Okay, so I'm off. Have a lovely end to your Friday. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Friday. Yes, it is tonight review. Bye.